With Congressman George Miller, who was kind enough to join us today. Thank you for coming and seeing us. We heard you had a very busy day and went to a bridge opening.
Went to a bridge opening where I was honored. The state legislature chose to name the new bridge between Martinez and Benicia after me, Congressman George Miller Bridge. It was truly a wonderful honor for me and my family.
How fast do you think you can go on the bridge now? It's named after you.
I think I better obey the law since it's named after me.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for coming with us today. And I wanted to ask you first of all about Iraq. That's the #1 question on everyone's mind. Can you tell us what's going on in Washington and what the latest is?
Well, the latest is that we're waiting for the report from General Petraeus. It really will be George Bush's report. The White House will be writing the report. I think they're going to try to tell us that somehow the surge has worked to such an extent that we should keep our troops in Iraq. I disagree with that. I think we should bring them home as soon as we possibly can. They're caught in the middle of a civil war. They can't provide the solution that's needed in Iraq. The military cannot provide the solution. They've done all that they can. It's a political problem. It's a political problem that George Bush created when he invaded Iraq out of his ignorance and his arrogance. He did not understand the cultural history of this area and the impact of the Shia-Sunni conflict that has raged for 1,400 years in this region. And the Shias are not going to enter into a political compromise and let democracy blossom as George Bush thought before he invaded. He made a huge foreign policy blunder, probably the biggest in modern times by this nation, to lead our troops into there with no plan of what to do afterwards. The plan must now be to get them out of there. We will schedule a series of votes both in the House and in the Senate to try and start the process of redeploying our troops.
One thing you can say about this president, when he does things, he does them big.
He does them big and screws them up big.
Yes. One other thing that we know is a passion of yours is education. No Child Left Behind. Was it a bad bill? Was it badly implemented? And what are we going to see change?
It was a good bill. I think it's changed the direction of education. It's put accountability into the system. It's put high standards into the system in many states. But there's a lot of changes that have to take place. We're in the process of reauthorizing. I've said that when people look at it, they don't think it's fair, they don't think it's flexible, and it's not funded. We think we can change that. We're getting a lot of Democratic support. We're getting a lot of support across the board for the kinds of changes that we want. We don't think we should judge a student or a school based upon one test on one day. There's other indicators of what's going on in that school, what's positive about that school before we decide to turn the school upside down. And so the reception, I'm really excited about the reception it's getting. I think hopefully we will be on the floor of the House of Representatives by the end of September. And hopefully pass it in the Senate at the same time.
You've also gotten some publicity for your unique living situation, where you're the most powerful landlord in Washington, D.C. If you had to kick someone out of the house, who would it be?
Well, you know, if I could just get them to pay the rent on time, it would be the most exciting thing. But no, it's a wonderful arrangement with Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, and Congressman Bill Delahunt from Massachusetts. And we get along well. We have very different schedules, so we're not there a lot. But I just need them to pay that rent on time. These guys, they just take advantage of it.
Well, and it gives into the notion of tax and spend Democrats. It doesn't help us. So,
well, I got to meet the bills. They got to pay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Congressman, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.